Dora, Dora. Oh well, look what the cat dragged in. A full course meal. Hello, lovely people. All right, guys, I'm finally gonna review some books. Let's do it. What it do? I missed you. What up? I'm Deja, and this is The Black Bell. You guys, I'm off of work. I don't have any classes today. I feel great. I don't know if I told you guys yet, but I'm super into poetry. Not super into poetry, I don't know why I said that, but I'm into poetry. And so I have so these books that I'm reading are kind of like poetry-ish books, but they're not poetry books, and they're also not novels. I don't know what to call them. If you know the word, let me know. They hit me in the feels like poetry books, written damn, are they poetry books? No. You'll just see. I got 5 books here. Let's do it. So the first one up, Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. Super tiny, as you can see. This thing is flimsy. The only thing this book has going for it is that it's yellow. So it's written like this. That's why I say it's almost a poetry book. But I'm not putting this on my shelves with my poetry. The only thing you know about this book about going in is that it's about a boy named Jack. He's in kindergarten or 1st grade, and they're writing poetry in the class. On the back, it says, I don't want to because boys don't write poetry, girls do. I picked it up because I like dogs. I just saw that Love That Dog and I knew it was tiny and I knew it was like a poetry-esque book. But you guys, literally, this book is so pointless. So it's less than 100 pages. Literally anybody can knock this out, but I suggest not wasting your time because there was nothing profound about this. A rule of thumb is if your book's gonna be tiny, make it profound. What the hell? This book has a sequel. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? The book wasn't that good. I thought it was gonna be highlighting all the great things that dogs do that that people love. And so maybe me going in with a misunderstanding of it really messed it up. But it was literally about this kid who his teacher's showing them how to do poetry, how to write poetry. And the poems are not good. Yeah, he's a kid, but his poems aren't about anything. I see what they tried to do, but it didn't work, okay, at all. I ended up giving this a 1 out of 5 stars. I've only given one other book a 1 out of 5 stars. And that's not here anymore. I tossed it out a window somewhere. So halfway through, it became an ode to Walter Dean Myers, who's a famous Black author. And it just comes out of nowhere. And he comes to visit the class. I don't know. Who published this? And then you guess what happens. I knew what freaking happened at the beginning of the story. Page 2, I knew what page 85 was gonna say. So it was just a waste of time. Don't read it. Literally don't read it. Get that out of the way. That was the only book on this list that I actually disliked. I didn't like it at all. I was mad that I read it. But to the rest of these, I'm still gonna do least to most favorite, but I liked all of them. You guys know the show. I hope you know the show Boy Meets World. Well, it got a little spin-off down the road from Disney, Girl Meets World, that starred Rowan Blanchard. Homegirl went and wrote a book. This is one of my book outlet buys, so bargain buying. But I saw Rowan Blanchard and I looked up poetry specifically, and I saw Rowan Blanchard and I was I know that name. Where do I know that name? And then it clicked and I was I'm gonna give her a try because I liked her, It was a cute show. I think this one, out of all of the ones on the list, is mostly a poetry book. Yes, it's her way of holding on to her youth, and claiming her youth, claiming back her teenage years and trying to encompass what it means to be a teenager in our society through pictures and other forms of art. So, and there's a lot of different contributors into this book. It's not just Rowan. At the end, there's an index of everybody who participated in putting the book together, which I personally like. But it's a mix of there's excerpts from her actual diary that she's written and things like that. So it's the pages look like this. Oh, something so cool. I think this is so cool. Cover. There's it's tape holding down a flower, right? You taping it into a scrapbook, which is so cool. This is kind of what the book is. But you can feel it feels like tape. Oh, that's so cool. I love book covers like that. I am a nerd for book covers. Things like this, which it's kind of, maybe I shouldn't show that one. That's kind of scary. So there's photos and words. There we go. So yeah, so this one There's this picture, and in this one she's talking about protesting. So things like that. I enjoyed it. It's freaking emotional. It's raw. It's very raw, and it's like unapologetic. So it's definitely emo. And some of the pictures, like, to me, to my bubbly personality, it's a little disturbing. I've never felt like some of the rage that they have in here. I've never felt that. I don't know if I can really recommend it. Like, yeah, go out and read it. But if anybody wants to borrow my copy to read, sure. But like, it didn't really add anything to my life. It was kind of just like, this is kind of badass, you know, fight the patriarchy. You want to feel like seen or like understood, maybe, if you're pretty emotional as well, if you like, you know, the man, all of that good stuff, I suggest it. I have Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Jonny Sun, and also Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Jonny Sun. So these were both illustrated by Jonny Sun. Jonny Sun also wrote this one and illustrated this one, but I want to talk about this one first because I like this one a little bit more. So we have Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Jonny Sun, illustrated by Jonny Sun. I thought it was little pep talks from me to you, but it's little pep talks for me and you. Okay, so Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote this. He started writing these little pep talks on Twitter every day, like for himself and also for like his followers and his fans and stuff. And then I guess he got enough to the point where he could write a book. And I gave Good Morning, Good Night a 3.5 because I wanted a little bit more from it. Lin, I love this man. Like Hamilton, In the Heights, Moana soundtrack, Moana. In the beginning, I thought he had me. I was like, yeah, oh hell yeah, let's get into it. But then towards the middle, I was like, this isn't as like poetic as it could be. We're really good pep talks in here, and I was like, oh yes, that's Lin-Manuel Miranda I know and love. There was some there I was like, that's super mediocre. I could have come up with it myself, or it's like, that's not really profound. And it's like, they don't have to all be like, oh, earth-shattering, but I want them all to be at least catchy, rhyme. Like, I go to him for his incredible rhyme schemes and all of that good stuff. So I was hoping that all of them might rhyme, or even if they didn't all rhyme, just like hit me hard in the gut, and they didn't. It would have been a 4 if more of them hit me harder, but it's a 3.5 because majority of them were like, oh, okay, that's, you know, yeah. This is the one that I think about a lot. So it says, so this is how they're like set up. Oh, let me show you the art for Jonny Sun. Like, there's all these doodles, which I love. This one says, good morning, good gracious, your smile is contagious. And then, so that's the good morning. And then, good night then, good gracious, you're one for the ages. And I was like, oh, me? I'm one for the ages? Like, so cute. And I was expecting like all of them to be like, oh, yes, yes, I'm one for the ages. My smile's contagious. But they weren't. An example of one, I'm like, that didn't do anything to me or for me. So it says, good morning, you are stunning. Use your power wisely. And it says, good night, you are stunning. Lay down your burdens. You have to really like read that with purpose, like read it intentionally for it to try to stick with you. Which, like, your smile is contagious, you're one for the ages. Like, that one stays on my mind. And a lot of them are like this. They're like just like, you got this, go. And it's not really like, it doesn't really grab me the way it should. If I wanted to read like little inspirational quotes like that, I would have just went to Pinterest. Overall, it was pretty good. I gave it a 3.5. I would say pick it up, because Lin-Manuel Miranda, I still love him. Hamilton, In the Heights, Moana. He's coming out with a new Disney show, isn't he? So I would suggest picking it up, especially if you want like a cute little inspirational thing. And you can actually read it, like, you don't have to read it all in one sitting the way I did. But yeah, so this one I gave it 3.5. Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Jonny Sun. Unlike the previous 3, this one reads like a novel. You can't just open this one up to a random page and expect to know what's happening. This, like, it has a beginning, middle, and end. For anybody who's feeling like an outcast or a weirdo, or just like you don't belong anywhere, or you don't know anything that you're doing, or you just feel lost completely, everyone's an alien when you're an alien too. Okay, so this story follows Jonny, an alien who was sent to Earth to study humans. And when he gets down to Earth, the first thing he encounters is, I think, a tree. The tree! And he asks the tree, "Are you an Earth creature?" In which the tree replies yes, and he believes the tree is a human. And then basically the whole story just follows him, like, discovering humans, how humans work and how the Earth works through animals and plants and non-humans. I personally loved this book to death. I sobbed reading it. If you've read it, you might know why, but like midway through I was like, excuse me? Could not keep it together with this book. And you guys already know, any book that makes me cry, automatic 5. But I actually ended up giving this one a 4 because I'm changing that rule. Just because I cry doesn't mean anything. I'm just an emotional person. Emo. Like, so Jonny encounters different Earth creatures, like a tree, a beaver, an otter, eggs, tadpole, caterpillars, bees, like a lot of different things. And basically he's trying to learn how to be human from these Earth creatures. It was just like so cute in like a simplistic type of way. Like, a lot of people didn't like it because it was like all it was were like just cute drawings and puns, in which there were a couple puns in here which I personally appreciated. The little simplistic things that actually that I liked about it. I was like, look how much you can learn about humans from nature, from these animals, like from these experiences. Kind of points out the little joy and the little magic, the little here and there, little things to appreciate in life that like we as humans just seem to overlook, like the freaking sun. There's a whole page dedicated to how much these birds love chasing the sun. And I'm like, this is so cute. So you guys read it and you get to the bear. That's how I feel like the bear in this story. If that means anything to anybody, yes, I'd like a hug, thank you. But yeah, like, so here's an alien. He's an alien. Oh, Jonny's so cute. So I would suggest this one. Highly suggest this one. And finally, this list would not be complete if I didn't even mention it. Jason Reynolds, For Everyone. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars every single time I reread it because it's about this big and it gives me so much hope in myself. This is a poetry book. Well, it's not really a poetry book because it's a letter. He doesn't even describe it. It's a thing. This whole thing is about believing in yourself, and it's done so well. At the back of it to you. This is for the courageous and everyone who wants to be. Damn it, I want to be courageous. Me. So that's why I read it. On the side here, it says, a poem, a nod, a nothing to lose. You guys, it's gonna take less than 100 pages. Spoke to me on like a deep personal level. I want to meet this man so bad just to give him a hug. If you don't read anything this year, read For Everyone by Jason Reynolds. It's gonna give you so much hope in yourself and so much hope in others. It's totally just about believing in yourself and following your dreams. It's a letter. I think it's a letter. That's the book with Dear Dreamer. Everybody is a dreamer. Everybody needs to read this. This book is literally for everyone. And one of the things I love, on the inside, from to, pass it on. Literally everyone needs to read this. And I flipped to the page. I was just about to say my favorite quote. I flipped to the page. Dreams aren't reserved for the creatives. If you are a science geek out there, pick up this book. Let a little love into your heart and read For Everyone by Jason Reynolds. All right, guys, that's all of the books I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I explained them well enough for you guys to get a good idea about them. To talk about them again or more, hit me up. Like, I would love to talk to you about any of these books that I mentioned. Like, DM me or hit me up in the comments or anything like that. Yeah, you're totally awesome if you're still here, by the way. Guys, thanks for watching my video. Like this if you liked this. Subscribe if you want. I post on Sundays. All right, guys, make good choices. Over and out.